Hey guys, and welcome to Captain Charlemagne's Models. I'm your Captain Charlemagne, so let's head over to the bench and see what we're doing for today's project.
Hey guys, and welcome to the first episode of the much delayed build of Trumpeters 1 and 700 HMS Belfast in her 1959 configuration. So, today, what we are going to be working on is we are going to start off, we're going to be doing all the steps in step 2, which is the construction of her bridge. So, first we are going to need K2, and we are going to need K4. So I will tell you guys honestly, this is something that I have been looking forward to, in the fact of that the Belfast is quite the beautiful ship. Personally, this is the only version of her I can say I like, because her original appearance in World War II before she hit the mine, it's kind of ugly to me. So, after getting her rebuild, she looked slightly better, but still, in my opinion, still look kind of off. But come the 1950s, with her modernization, well, she became a very beautiful ship. But then again, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Alright, let's get our glue real quick. Okay, and there we go. Nice and flush. Alright. Next we'll need her bridge. K3. But, so, I'm sure some of you are curious why this build has been delayed, although you probably aren't really. And, well, the reason is quite simple. Mother Nature. She decided that she wanted to constantly unleash a deluge of rain in my area, which made it too wet to spray. Then on top of that, if it barely rained to where it was barely wet, it shot the humidity up to almost ridiculously high, to the point where you could just walk outside and feel like you got punched in the gut. So, yeah, constantly having trouble finding a day to where we could prime her over here. But luckily enough, one single day, we ended up having a day where I could prime her. Then I had to wait at least almost another whole week before I got a day to where I could paint her superstructure pieces. Okay, D5 right here in this tiny little slot. One thing about working with tiny pieces, they can be such a pain in the butt to get into their spots. There we go. And I'm going to grab my magnifying glasses. Something I should have done already, but I hadn't. Probably make it easier to see some of these parts. Okay. So following on from D5, what we are going to do is we're going to build the radar. So we're going to need D15. And we're going to glue this on first. Make sure it's flush with the model, not sticking up in the corner. Okay. Next we are going to need H10. So, I have been thinking, and well, for the next big ship model, following on from Napoleon is of course the Invincible. I've been thinking, because all in all, give or take, Belfast is not going to be a very long series, probably 4 or 5 episodes. That following her will probably, I have to see if it's still in the place I stuck it, will be the 1 in 700 Prince Eugene Eugen. Not sure how it's pronounced. I think both are the right way, but I think the Germans say Eugen. Okay, there it is. So, next up is D18. So, hunt down D18 real quick. But yeah, the reason I'm thinking about that, about doing the Prince Eugen, is so far on the channel we have seen a French ship, we have seen an American, well, probably a couple American ships, and this British ship. So why not do another ship, this time from one of the major Western powers of World War II. Now there can be some arguments made of why I don't do Bismarck or Tirpitz, and this is just my humble opinion, mind you, but I personally am not a fan of the Bismarck class. I perceive them to be quite ugly ships. Alright, and aside from that one piece, which is photo etch, we are done with step 2. And I think we can start on doing parts for step 3. So for step 3, I think we'll end out today's episode by doing the first part of step 3. So what we are going to need is we are going to need H1. No, sorry, not H1, H3. And we will need H13. And just a tiny little bit of flash at the bottom of this piece here. Let's get rid of that real quick. Clean out this hole real quick. There we go. And I do apologize for the dog in the background. Alright, let's see if we can't get on there. There we no. There we go. Now we're going to add our glue to the bottom, and we're going to set it in its spot. So oops. So this piece will go here. Okay, let's try this a different way. Alrighty then. Probably probably should have done it this way first time around. Alright. Some glue. And voila. It is on. We're going to then repeat that same step on the opposite side. So we'll need H4 and the other H13. All right. And we got those pieces on. Kind of stubborn for pieces. Okay, next we are going to need D1. This is going to be tricky, simply in the fact that D1 is an extremely thin piece. And I mean extremely. Look at that, that is so tiny. So, once more, we're going to get our glue. All right. There we go. And it is in. And real quick, while we're dealing with this, we gotta re-put in the D5 because it decided it wanted to fall out of its hole at the top. All right. Now we're going to add on the last piece of the day, which is D8. Okay, no, sorry. Almost put this piece upside down. So, and there we go. That, aside from a couple pieces of photo etch, will conclude the first steps in our building of, oops, spoke too soon. Kind of embarrassing. Almost like Belfast said, "You're not done with me yet." And there. Now, that will conclude today's episode on the building of the Belfast. We have gotten a fair bit of her superstructure done. When we come back next week, we will continue on where we were in step 3 by adding on her AA guns, and then we will move over to step 4. So, I'd like to thank you all for joining me today. I hope you all have a nice day. I hope you have a nice week, and take care. This has been Captain Charlemagne, and I'm signing off. Ta-ta, everyone.